Hey everyone, Soundwave8084 here with another episode of Battle of the Bots. In this episode, we pit Classics Optimus Prime against Siege Optimus Prime to determine the best version of Optimus Prime. Alright, the first category up is Head Sculpt. So first, take a look at Classics Optimus Prime and judge him by his head. Looking at it, it still screams Optimus Prime. I do say there's a bit too much yellow here. I'd rather it be, silver or white. And he does have dead eyes, but if you get him in the right light, he does have light piping. I see a little bit there. He's got an updated head sculpt. It's not exactly G1 accurate, but it does do a few things to mimic that look, while adding new flair to the head sculpt to change it up ever so slightly. It's not bad, it just screams a different head sculpt for Optimus Prime to me. Now let's take a look at Siege. Now Siege Optimus Prime has that more G1-esque head sculpt, so if you're one for the G1 flavor, this head sculpt will do it for you right here. It is almost straight out of the cartoon kind of look. It's got a lot of the head sculpt. He's got that whiny face in the back. It looks good. I like it. It's very G1, very clean. It's got light blue eyes in there. They're kind of hard to see when the lights. It's got to hit it just right. So putting these two guys together, I'd say the best head sculpt goes to Siege Optimus Prime. Alright, category number 2, body designs. This is the design of the overall body of the figure, the engineering design of that. First up, Classics Optimus Prime. He looks fine, he looks good. I still say he's got too much yellow on him. He's got yellow for the lights, which is fine. Yellow on his head. He's got yellow on his arms, yellow on his knees, yellow on his crotch. That sort of really takes your eyes and puts it right there. So a little bit too much yellow, I would say, design overwise. He's got big arm kibble. It's just really in your face. I know it's just so much there. You're going to hit that a lot. I guess they didn't want to try to engineer that to go somewhere else. But in the way he transforms, they left it there. It's cool. Otherwise, he looks fine. I like the extra design and sculpt details they have on the figure. He's less hollow than what you're going to get nowadays. He's heavier, so he's a little more dense, and the translucent blue on the windshield is beautiful. I really do like that. I'm just not. I guess the updated look Optimus Prime just isn't for me. It just seems like they did a bit too much on him. I really do like his abdomen here, and the torso is beautiful though. Alright, so here is Siege Optimus Prime. He's very G1-esque with everything. The windshield, the abdomen grill, everything here is very G1-esque. You just have a bit of arm kibble hanging off here on the bottom. It's not as gaudy or as bad as the Classics Prime is. He's got this deco they did early on in Siege, and I think they did a little bit on Earthrise, and I think they're sort of working away from this now. But he's got the battle damage, or just dirt from like he's rolling around everywhere. It's just, I think it's a little heavy at times. I don't like that on all the figures. Otherwise, the sculpting on the figure isn't bad. He isn't hollow. He does have a backpack for this transformation, so that is a little bit, unfortunate, I guess you could say. It doesn't bother me as much. It's there. I wish it kind of wasn't, because it's for the top part and everything. Otherwise, he's fine. He has short smokestacks. These are actually add-on upgrades. His smokestacks are actually really short, and it's not like this. So he still looks cool. He's got that G1 silhouette. He just really screams G1. So winner of overall body design, Siege Optimus Prime. Moving on to QC, quality control, problems with your figures, paint, all that great stuff. I have had no problems with my Classics Optimus Prime. I have heard that the yellow paint can flake off of this guy. I do have a few little spots where it may be missing. This guy has been around for 14 years, and I haven't had that much problem with him. Everything is solid on this guy. I haven't had any kind of QC problems. He is an excellent figure overall. Siege Prime, again, I have no quality problems at all with this guy. He holds fairly well. No problems that I have anything to speak of. I would say that sometimes some of the plastic might be a bit thin feeling, so you might feel like you could break it or stress something. That's something you don't really feel when you handle the Classics Optimus Prime. He feels, like I said, more dense, more solid. So I had to give the QC over to Classics Optimus Prime. Moving on to accessories. Now, Classics Optimus Prime comes with a wind vane and smokestacks that can transform into their very own weapons. So the smokestacks turn into a laser cannon, and the wind vane turns into his ion blasters. Overly huge, overly large. Now, I really don't like. I like things to be more G1 than what they always are. That's kind of not Optimus Prime to me. But it's still cool that they can integrate the weapons into the alt mode, so they blend in seamlessly in a way to the alt mode. It doesn't stick out. You're not just hiding the weapon, which weapon storage is cool in any capacity, but when it can become part of the alt mode, I like that a lot. The only problem there is if you lose the weapons, you lost part of his alt mode. But as accessories, it comes with these two big, huge guns. So we'll take a look at Siege Prime. Now, Siege Optimus Prime comes with his ion blaster. This is actually the 35th version. Goes right there. He also comes with a battle axe. I don't have. I've misplaced it somewhere. I'll put a picture up of it right here. But he has an axe and he has his ion blaster. So he comes with two weapons, two different kinds of weapons. And I say the winner of this, Siege Optimus Prime, just the fact you get a nice axe and gun. You get a variety of weapons. Alright, moving on to articulation. Classics Optimus Prime has 16 different spots that you can move. So he's got a lot of articulation. He does miss out on some that you might really want in a figure. He's got his waist. He also has this little torso, which I did not count, which would be 17 points if you want to count that. That is just for transformation. You can move it, so he has like weird looks. So I mean, technically he has 17 points, but I just think that's odd. And it's just really there for transformation. He doesn't have angle tilts. That's probably really the only, articulation point that you might want in the figure. He does not have it there. But otherwise, he still can pose fairly well. He's not a bad looking figure. Articulation is there. Let's take a look at Siege Prime. Alright, Siege Optimus Prime has 22 points of articulation. Yeah, you can get a lot more out of this guy. He's got the ankle tilts. He's got the waist swivels. The head can do a little bit more. He's got wrist swivels. He's got more articulation. You're going to get it out of this guy. So, winner in articulation, Siege Optimus Prime. Alright, so first up for transformation, we're going to look at Classic Optimus Prime. And I'm doing a little reverse here. So this comes off. It transforms itself into the gun. Let's see, so these fold. So these are like this, fold out, this folds down. Like that. And now you have his weapon. So that's cool how that forms the weapon. So transformation is not hard. It's kind of like Siege Optimus Prime, in the way things have a lot of panels and things have to unfold and stuff. So I would say the transformation is pretty straightforward on this guy. You just might take a few things to try to sit there and figure out what should go where first. But once you get the hang of it, it's not complicated at all. Up next transformation is Siege Optimus Prime. He's not complicated at all. He's just got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of complex, no, not complex, but complex transformation. A lot of panels got to go certain places. Things have to fold and move to areas. Things tab in areas. So he's got more to do in his transformation and things to watch out for. And so I would say overall winner for the best transformation or the easiest, most intuitive transformation goes to Classics Optimus Prime. Alright, so first up for vehicle mode, the alt mode, here is Classics Optimus Prime. He is nice looking. There's not really much to complain about at all on this truck. I do like the actual overall look of the figure. I like how everything is painted. I like that he has the thick tires. They're wide, really helps him roll really good. Zooms on. I like how all the weapons integrate into the vehicle mode. The gun transforms itself, becomes the smokestacks on the back. The other gun transforms into the, I think what's called a wind vane up top. I like the translucent blue windows, the yellow lights. It's a good update to a classic. So if he was modernized back when this came out, I think it was 2007 or 2008. This is an excellent update to a G1 Optimus Prime. The paint, everything on here, the silver striping is nice. It's very reminiscent of what Prime would be. It's got the gray grille, bumper, blue. It's a nice Optimus Prime. And this, there were upgrades made. I think it was fans project people. They made trailers and all this cool stuff you could add to it. But we're just looking at just this figure and this figure here and this mode here. It really does rock. I really like it a lot. Very cool. It's got the dual stacks on each side. So, Class Optimus Prime, excellent alt mode. Let's take a look at Siege Optimus Prime. Oh, I know what you're saying. That is not original Siege Prime. No, it's not. This is the, what was it, 35th anniversary cell painted, cell animation, cell paint Prime. It's the same figure, it's just different colors, so we're not judging this color, we're just judging the alt mode. And it's got a G1 vibe, even without the animation like paint here. But it's got more of a G1, I guess, look to it in the front with some different, weird things, which I guess would be the Cybertronian aspect of it. It still looks sort of like a Earth vehicle. The tires do kind of hide, so they kind of hide it here on the side, so I guess that looks different. Otherwise, he's not bad. He looks pretty cool. It's kind of small when you compare it with the classics in size. He rolls still pretty good. I don't say he rolls as good as the classics. He's got the thinner tires. I don't like those because they just seem to not catch as much area. They don't seem to roll as well. But it's a nice alt mode. Smokestacks are a bit short. Otherwise, it's not bad. Still looks good. So I'll give the winner of the alt mode to Classics Optimus Prime. Alright, so winner of BattleBots 4-3, Siege Optimus Prime wins this out. Hold on, well, Optimus, what are you doing? You're not from the Bay movies. You don't kill people willy-nilly, man. You're going to kill yourself. What is up with you? You're not... Okay, this is it. But Siege Optimus Prime wins Battle of the Bots 4-3. Both figures are excellent figures. You can't really go wrong with either one. Classic Optimus Prime is a good update to a G1 Prime. You take them, bring them into the modern era. It's a good Prime. If you're wanting that G1 feel, G1 flavor, Siege Prime hits it and ticks a lot of those boxes. He is an excellent figure. You can't go wrong with either. Earthrise Prime versus Siege. There's a tough one. I might do that one down the line. Thanks for watching this video. And also don't forget to leave a thumbs up, a comment, and don't forget to be a subscriber. And also check out the links down below to ways to support my channel. And until the next one, peace out.